Oh my gosh.
What?
Don't worry, I'll cut out all of this.
No, you shouldn't cut out that part where she's.
We're going like this. So this is, it's visually recording as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
She looks
Cut that part.
fine.
No, I don't want to, I thought it was going to be funny looking like Nosferatu, but now I'm like, everybody's looking pretty cool and I just don't want to look like Nosferatu.
It up tomorrow.
Where is this going? Is this going on YouTube or?
Yes, girl, we have a whole podcast page.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I should have done my mate Uni. You see that? She's like, oh, we're just gonna have a Zoom meeting. That was it.
Because I know my sister, she's gonna say no.
Oh, this is, I don't like surprise. That's right. You do these surprises and it just drives me crazy. All right, I'm almost ready.
Yeah, no. Take your time.
Watch her, she's wearing a Chewbacca mask and she comes in.
Podcast where Uni and I are your hosts and we discuss our everyday lives, and we hope that as we discuss our stories, you find them interesting. Today we are actually coming to everyone with a story about that happened, I believe it was like Sunday or something on the Oscars, regarding Will Smith approaching the stage and smacking Chris Rock in the face. To discuss this topic, we do
Why are you laughing, Monique?
What? Whatever. To discuss this topic, we do have a special guest. I don't know, you want to introduce her?
Oh, we have my sister. Her name is Sana, or people call her Sunny, obviously, right here. But I call her Sana. I've been calling her Sana for forever, and that's not anywhere close to her name. But we feel like she would have a better understanding on this, especially with terms of, you know, did they take it too far? Is it insulting? Is it okay? She already answered. So it's nice to have someone else's opinion, because I already think I have mine. I think Monique already has hers. It might be a little similar, but maybe Sana has something completely different.
So let me start off. Did any of you actually watch the Oscars?
No.
To be honest, how I found out about this more. So every morning when I get up, it's like I just don't want to get out of bed. So I look at YouTube to see what's happening. And these YouTubers, Abba and Preach, that you and I like love to watch, you know, people that Uni
Even though sometimes we don't agree with them.
I know I don't know, Sana, if you know, like Uni's lifelong goal is to fight with Abba from Abba and Preach. But I went on there and I saw about the Oscar thing, and I sent it to Uni, and she's like, yeah, I knew about this, you know, let's discuss it. So, you know, throughout the day of work, I was like looking for videos and everything to watch. One of the theories, two, like some people believe that it's real, some people believe that it's not real. And they're saying that they feel it's not real because the Oscars is something that people are not watching. So they needed something to spice it up. So the fact that three of us did not watch it, that there could be some.
I watched it that night, but not when it happened.
Okay.
I was getting into bed and I saw it and I was like, first I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, it's just a joke, ha. And then when he started yelling, the first time I was like, wait, that looks a little too real. And then the second time I was like, is he doing the Prince of Bel-Air episode when he was like, why doesn't my dad love me? Was he doing that? I don't know, but it looks real. What do you think, Sana, through all of this? Because it seems like you're absorbing the information.
I am. Well, I think if we're going to speak in terms of this was real. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's just say if it was real, hypothetically, if it was real, we don't know yet, you know, could be a hyped up situation, but
what do you feel it is?
Or we could watch it together, because I actually have the
yes, let's do that.
So give me a second. I'm just gonna pull it up. Okay. And you both could see it, right?
Yes.
Oh no, yes. That looks bad.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Is that the speech though? That's the speech.
Oh wait, that's not the one I want.
That's the I Am Legend speech right there. If you ever watch I Am Legend, that's also another one of Will Smith. He's always crying, and that's the only time I feel like he's really acting very well.
Whoa, okay, this is the one. Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Oh wow! You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Oh, wait, I'm stopping it here. Do you notice that he's laughing?
Right.
And like Will Smith is laughing. And if you look at her face, she's not so happy.
But he laughed.
Yeah, he was laughing.
Nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Uh-oh, Richard. Oh, wow.
Oh, I think he really hit him for real.
That was a hit.
Will Smith
An unnecessary one. For me, anyway.
But I think it was but I think what people think about, because I want to play a little back. Look at Will Smith, his reaction, like when he's coming off the stage.
Out of me. Will Smith just smacked. Wow.
See, like he's almost like he's smiling.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
I mean, some people, I guess, smile when they're nervous, or
no, he was smiling like I did what I wanted to do. There you go.
But why was he laughing though while he's telling the joke?
It was kind of funny. And then when you see, I've been in situations to where someone says something about another person in a group, we're all laughing, and then when you look at the person, they're not laughing, and then you kind of get the hint of, okay, this is not appropriate, and it kind of hurts this person's feelings.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't just laugh, look at a person and see that they feel hurt and then just keep on laughing. You're not going to do that.
But have you ever just gotten up then and slapped someone in the face?
I've never done that, and that's different because that's a husband and wife combination. So that's a different type of dynamic. So I would say something like it's inappropriate, like, that's not really that funny or, whatever, but like to physically get involved, I think it was just charged with a lot of emotions. You don't know if they got into an argument previously. You don't know what his relationship with Chris Rock was. He might have told him personal things about their marriage. And then for him to say something about Jada, it's just like, hey, you just broke the code. I thought we were cool on this. And he still went for it.
Because what everyone was saying, like, I would have thought that, like I said, they were talking about the entanglement issue. Because, for a while they were talking about the whole entanglement. I feel
entanglement.
To me, I think that would have gotten me more of an emotion, like how dare you kind of talk about our business like this. But the whole thing, I think it was that he was making fun of her hairstyle, not knowing that she's actually suffering from alopecia, where you lose your hair and everything.
Right.
But I felt like Will Smith at the moment, when you saw the video, like he was like brushing it off because he was laughing. But I think when he looked at his wife and saw that she wasn't laughing, then it was like you said, Sana, like maybe they had like discussions. Whereas like, well, maybe she's like, well, you don't stand up for me, you don't do things for me. And when he saw that she was not laughing, he probably took it as an opportunity to be like, no, I'm going to show you I stand up for you.
Because if you look at Jada's dress, it's green. I would have probably said this. I'm sorry. I would have said the same joke. I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. Because I wouldn't think about anything else like a medical problem or anything. I didn't even know she had a medical problem, honestly. I didn't know she had an autoimmune deficiency or something like that. And then I saw her in a green dress and I'm like, G.I. Jane, that makes sense. It's a joke. Maybe it wasn't a funny joke, but I think he went about it, for me anyways, personally, I think he went about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
I would have to say that there's a reason why they pick comedians for these types of things, because they're poking fun at celebrities and stuff like that. It just comes with the territory. So I think that in this situation, there's two crowds of people. There's one crowd that's like, no one's going to disrespect my husband and wife, and it's justified. And then you have another crowd that's just kind of like, let's chill out. It was just a joke. You got writers that are making these things up, comedians out there, they're, reading these lines, and that's how it works. He probably didn't even write that.
Yeah. I mean,
you probably didn't even write that. They have tons of writers that are writing these scripts, you know, for these, you know, hosts to actually say. So for you to get up and express yourself in such a manner, which is one, aggressive, two, inappropriate, and do that in front of everyone like that, like, sorry's really not going to cut it. You're kind of showing people that you can't control yourself, that there's something going on behind the scenes. You know, maybe he was stressed out that day and he felt a little sensitive about
Coming
his
from a
marriage.
psychological kind of situation, what do you think? You know, my sister having her master's and everything.
Oh, stop.
What do you think?
That doesn't apply here.
It doesn't apply here. You think mental breakdown?
I think he's, first of all, your entire relationship is in the public.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure that everyone here has made choices in a relationship or for another person that you would not want other people, not even other people, but like for the whole world to know, oh, Sonneborn did that with that guy. You know, like there's things that, you know, you're already getting judged. It's worse enough that, you know, in just our regular daily lives, you're having problems in your relationships and stuff. You talk to your family members and friends, everyone has something to say about it. And it kind of bothers you, you know, because there's an aspect of it that you're trying to protect your relationship. You're trying to make it work. And then you have people that are like, you know, I don't think it's going to work. And what are you thinking? Da, 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 da. And now you have like a whole world as your audience that's making fun. There's memes out of their relationships. There's strangulation, you know, relationship, whatever. You have all this stuff going on. You feel like a turkey at the end of the day. And people are taking shots at you now at this award show, taking shots at his wife. Still, I think the behavior is inappropriate. But do I feel that it was emotionally charged? Yes.
Yeah. But I would think, because Will Smith, he's not a comedian per se, right? But he does like more comedy type of movies, right? So I would think that as a person that comes from that world, you will realize that Chris Rock is doing his job, right? That's his job that he was paid to do, is to make fun of people.
How many Carlton jokes did he make? How many, you know, Uncle Phil jokes did he make? How many jokes of those did he make? Carlton being so short, he's not, you know, he's too proper.
Right. But you also have to keep in mind that his relationship has been ridiculed and broken apart and broken down and super analyzed and made fun of in public. And especially, I'm not going to get too much into the topic, but as a man, and on top of that, as a Black male, that you've worked hard to get yourself to a certain position in this entertainment industry, which is really difficult.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're not doing this Tyler Perry thing. You actually worked your way up here and, you know, you're doing what you're trying to do. And then now you have a partner and it started off as something positive. We had the table talk and all this other stuff. Now it's supposed to be a positive thing where people can, you know, listen and, you know, share their views on relationships and stuff like that. And it turned into a nightmare. Now it turned into Jada and, you know, Will Smith and you know, she's cheating on him and they have an open marriage and
Jada.
It just turned into, some kind of chaotic mess. And now you're in this point where you're just trying to just leave it all behind you and you're trying to move forward. And then on top of that, putting the effort into trying to heal your relationship and trying to heal the wounds and stuff like that, because it's so out in the public. I honestly don't know how you can ever recover for something like that. It's truly embarrassing and it's hurtful to have to put on a computer or watch the news and your face is there. And it's like, oh, you know, your wife was cheating on you. You look like an idiot.
So I guess the question I have for both of you is like, seeing that and, you know, what we just set up to this point, do you think that that was actually real? Like it wasn't a stunt that they were doing to kind of bring publicity to the Oscars?
I think he broke. I think the dude
he snapped. I think he said, I'm past this. And then now here you go making fun of my wife. And I already feel a certain way. And
do you think he took out all this aggression then, all this stuff? That was like the final straw, like his meter was full and that was it? Do you think
I don't think so. I think his reaction was based on his wife's reaction. Because as you saw, I think he was laughing it off, whether he thought it was funny or not. You know, like sometimes you laugh, but you don't really think something's funny just to go along with the crowd. But once he saw that his wife wasn't having it, I felt like he felt in that moment he had to prove to her that he was on her side.
She was going to get him later. She was like, oh, you laugh, you think that's funny? So he had to say, oh, I got to do something about this.
Well, sadly, there's a meme going
Before
around.
she gets me later.
There's a meme going around like that, like, you know, you better do something, Will. I mean, Tupac would have, you know, like there's those memes going out right now, you know, talking about like, now, like you said, the masculinity thing. Does Will feel like he has lost it through all of this because his business is out there? Is that the reason why? So then he feels like he has to show everybody, like, I'm still the man, I'm still in charge.
You look like a punk in front of everybody. Your wife is cheating on you, doing all sorts of crazy stuff, talking about open relationships. You look like a little punk, like I let this happen, you know, and he looks like he's okay with it. It gets to the point where it's just like, I'm not that person. We have serious problems. And now it's out in the open and I look like an idiot. I look like the jackass at the end of the day. You know?
Yeah. Because I felt like, go Sana.
No, go ahead.
No, it's because I felt like, you know, why people probably think it's fake because it was out of his character. So it's almost like
me going,
I don't know, like that we've seen.
Do we know Will Smith?
You know, I mean, you know, that we've seen in the public is like the other day, like I was feeling away and, you know, I'm listening, you know, my friend was in the car and I'm like spitting out gangster rap.
I'm your only friend. I'm your only friend.
Whatever. I'm going to murder this person and everything. And she looked at me like, oh, is that the real you? You know, but there's a, you know, like, I don't know if that's the real him or not, but the person that he portrays himself to be, that just seems out of character. Like, you know, with Will Smith that we know just get up and punch somebody.
It's like the Dave Chappelle episode with Wayne Brady. You know, if you ever saw that episode, and it's Wayne Brady and he's gangster and he has prostitutes and all this other stuff. It's something completely, you never seen Wayne Brady.
We don't know. I don't mean to cut you off. We don't know how these people are. And it's just like each and every one of, okay, I'm pointing like the Brady Bunch because I'm pointing at the boxes on the screen.
Here's a story.
But, hi, Uni. But, you know, we all, in psychology, you learn that there's like, you know, you got an id, super id, all this other stuff, the ego, whatever. And, you know, we have many facades about, you know, how we are. We got a work face, we got a friend face, you know, like all these other things.
Yeah.
And we don't really know a person, just like with us. When I'm with my friends, I think I tend to be pretty much the same. I just try to draw back a little bit.
Sometimes I wish you were Wayne Brady.
For professional purposes, I can't help it. This is 100% me. I give 100% all the time. But how he is out in the public, we don't really know how he really is. The only thing we know is the Prince of Bel-Air, the little shows that he does, MIB, you know, stuff like that, movies, and we don't really know who he is. And when we started to get to kind of get into him, it's with Jada Pinkett and, you know, their marital affairs and whatever it is that they do, and it just doesn't look right. So him doing that today, you don't know how often he's done stuff like that. I'm not saying that he's an abusive person or anything like that. I'm not saying that by any means. I'm not saying that by any means.
I think that itself, that was a show. That was acting in that aspect.
I think so.
I feel like that's not him. He doesn't seem like that. I think, like you said before, with the whole masculinity, I feel like he had to do this. I'm this guy. He probably was like, did I do good, Jada? Did please? Like, that's what, and she gave him a cookie and went like this to his head. That's how I feel. That's
messed up. And, you know, you can't really, I don't want to say anything against Jada Pinkett Smith because
I liked her in Demon Night. Demon Night was great.
First of all, marriage is very difficult.
Yes.
Marriage is very difficult. Now you're a celebrity, you're in the public eye, that's got to be like 30 times harder.
She allowed it to be in the public eye even more so.
Because I think she was trying to connect with other women. That's the thing. It's you mean well. And that's why I said in the beginning, she meant well. It seemed like a really good idea. But then now you're not crossing the line. I take that back. You're thinking if I could connect with my audience by being transparent.
Yeah.
you know, there's other people out there that can relate. But this is why a lot of us can't relate. I act like a celebrity, but I'm not living a celebrity lifestyle. You know, unfortunately, I can't relate to my kids touring in Japan. They got their own house, you know, like I can't, there's a certain level to where you can't relate, and she should have kept it simple, and she should have had people around her that were a little bit more, not in her field, but that can actually just tell her, hey, you know, this is what's the hot topic in society for women between the ages of this and that, you know, like just to be a little bit more so that you can connect with your audience. You have to, the most important thing, I've written tons of psychology research papers, and one of the most important things is, straight from the beginning, besides doing your thesis and everything, you have to decide who is your audience, who are you writing for? It is very important because it guides the rest of your research and all the information that follows it. So when you're doing things like this podcast, for instance, who are you aiming this podcast for? Somebody in their 70s may not care. Somebody that's 16-year-old may not care. You know, a 24-year-old guy may not care what we have to say. You know what I'm saying? So you have to connect with your audience a certain way, and you have to know when to draw back, when too much is too much. And I think she took the risk. And a lot of people do that. You know what? Let me be transparent with my audience. Let me let them know how I'm living and how my relationship is, and let's see where this goes. And it became a little bit too much, and information came out that maybe she wasn't prepared for, and it just went down south. But Will Smith, I don't know. I feel bad for him, but I'm not saying Jada's the bad person or anything like that. I think she meant well.
I don't think that.
No,
yeah, I think she meant well.
I just don't think that was Will Smith's actual character.
But you know what? In actuality, like, you know, if real life, you know, you would have a guy that's like, you're talking about my girl, you know, he gets punched in the face. But that is on a large scale. That is, he's got millions of viewers, and you gotta control the emotions. You could have talked to him backstage. You could have did all this stuff. You can't take that back now. No. You already did it.
But I want to talk to you guys. I want to show you all the apology video.
Oh God.
I didn't see this, so.
Oh, good. It's not an apology. It's not.
To do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse.
Wait, hold on.
Be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees.
I want to apologize to Chris.
This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach and Sanaya and Demi.
I'm gonna stop here because he starts going on about like the movie that he did with the Venus sisters' wives or whatever. So I don't know if you noticed that he apologized to the Academy, he apologized to the audience, you know, and everyone. Okay, so what I was saying is that you see from that video, right, that he apologized to the Academy, or Oscar or whatever. He apologized to the people and everything, but I didn't hear an apology to Chris Rock.
He's not going to, because that right there, that was real.
That was real.
He did hit him. He did hit him, and he broke down. And what he's talking about is the pressures of Hollywood, the pressures of just regular life, and having to go with the flow and having to. That got me emotional, because I think most of us can relate to that, to where we're raised in a generation where, and maybe it's just a little bit more me, more so than anything, but you can't cry, don't complain. If you talk about your feelings, you're complaining. You sound like you're nagging. You just got to take it on. And I think, especially when it comes to minorities, you know, we got a lot on our plate. A lot of people can't understand. We try our best, but we do it without emotions. And it's not just minorities. I'm just not.
No,
I'm
I
not
mean, a lot
gonna-
of people, it depends depending on the position or whatever that you have in society.
Right. It's really, it weighs heavy, and to have to walk into a place with a smile on your face, knowing that you've got problems at home, knowing that if you step out of line or you act a certain way, you're being a bitch, or, you know, why are you acting like that? Why are you complaining? You know, you have to be a certain way. You have to put up a front in front of everybody. And maybe this time he's just like, I just can't go along with it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of being picked on. I'm tired of acting like nothing's bothering me. I'm tired of acting like I'm okay. I'm not okay. He looks like he broke down. He looks like what Uni said is the last straw. That probably was it.
Yeah. And then it's like, I don't know if you all kind of heard other things that were rumbling in the background, in the sense of people were saying that, you know, what he did to Chris Rock could, you know, press charges and everything against him. Right now, he's not thinking about pressing any charges, and people are on Will Smith's side of, you know what, like we just said, you know what, that was just the last straw for him. Unfortunately, he reacted in a negative way.
It's still assault.
Yeah,
That's
but
assault.
But what I was saying, but would it still be the same? Like, say, if this was a woman, would he have, number one, done it to a woman that made that type of joke? Or if Chris Rock was not Black, if this was a white man up there making that joke, would he have done it? And would the public now would have said to that other person, no, you need to be pressing charges? Because right now they're saying that, you know, they're not really encouraging Chris Rock, the public.
Chris Rock contacted the police and was like, you know, and he said, no, I'm not doing it. I think because he understands, he does understand Will's point of view. And I don't think he meant it in a malicious way, just like that. But I feel like hopefully Will can actually talk to him, because
they will.
I respect that Chris Rock, he could have press charges, but one, he doesn't want to do this to another Black man, you know, like that. I think that's like one of the big things. I think he understands where Will was coming from, you know, and everything else, because he took that slap. He could have said something, then he could have done something, then he still could do something. But I think for me, when I heard he did it and he wasn't, I was like, this guy doesn't want to put another Black man in jail, another one who actually made it somewhere, another one. Because if you watch Chris Rock and his movies and stuff, like he's been in, like he was in Fargo. Remember, he just was.
I was just talking about that today. Absolutely loved him in Fargo.
He was great.
Absolutely loved him in Fargo. He was amazing.
You know, there's something about that speaks volumes of Chris Rock as well. I don't think he was doing things maliciously. He was just being a comedian at that time. He has different hats. He could be dramatic if he wants to. He could be this, he could be that. But I think he did a good, for me, I have a lot of respect for Chris Rock.
He's experienced.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Like I feel like Sana, she's frozen. If you could hear us. Oh,
she's not. She's good. She's
frozen now. So
she's moving. She's good.
I said he's experienced. He's been in the industry long enough, so he knows how it works. He knows the games. He knows how to conduct himself, because he conducted himself very appropriately.
He did.
Anybody can say whatever because he didn't hit him back and stuff like that. You know, it's like, no, it doesn't. And once again, you got the public that wants to join in, and the whole thing is like, no, he doesn't have to do that. He remained poised. Once the dust settled, people are going to respect the fact that he didn't go back and do that. And I'm pretty sure he's going to reach out to Will Smith and he's going to say, hey, let's talk. Maybe he needs, you know, some type of mental assistance, because it seems like he's having a breakdown. It takes a toll on you. Look at Britney Spears.
Yeah.
It's Britney, bitch. Look at what happened to her.
No, it's like, you know, it like the sad thing is that the public does thrive on negative things happening to other people, and they love it. And if anything good happens, they don't want to talk about it. So it's like, even if you've done something awesome, everyone or the internet or the public is going to focus on that one negative thing, that after a while, like you said, Sana, like, you know, we're, like me or us, we're not celebrities, but if someone was talking negative about me every single day, I go on the internet, I see it, you know, I turn on the TV, I see it, a person could only take so much.
It goes into you. It becomes you, regardless of that. Because it
bothers you. It's irritating.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It becomes
irritating. Just like how Pete Davidson is now snapping back at Kanye West, and now he looks like the dick. Now he looks like the dick. He should have just kept his mouth shut and left it alone. Why do you have to make it public? Why do you have to do these things? Leave it alone. This guy's, he's going through divorce. He lost his family. He's already mentally unstable. And then you got to go and poke the bear. It's like, leave him alone. Live your life. If you're happy with your woman.
I don't know, but after a while, you kind of feel like you have to say something, you know, because the person won't stop.
That's their problem. And I don't want to get into my personal situation, but you know what? I've been poked a lot. And I got to the point where I found peace within myself. I don't have to say anything back anymore. I just don't care for it. I really don't. I don't have time for that. I've got a ton of other things on my plate. You're going to come at me. You're not the first person. Everybody wants to come at me for all sorts of stuff. What am I supposed to do? Fight everybody, sit all day on my phone? Oh, hey, I hate you. No, I don't have time for that. I got emails that I got to read that are important. I got important phone calls that I have to make. I got 2 beautiful kids that I got to take care of. I've got a future that I got to plan for. That's where my focus is. People are always going to say things about you. They're always going to poke you, always going to say stuff. Got a person in my life right now that's just constantly poking. But it's like, you know what? I hope you get tired one day. But at the same time, I don't have time for that. I'm not feeding that type of energy. I put that energy back into myself, which is positive, and I exude positive energy out to other people. I don't have to deal with these things.
No,
you don't have to respond.
And I feel like, you know what, once you know yourself, no one could tell you about yourself, right?
Right.
So that's the thing. As long as you know who you are, people could talk badly, but like I always tell my dad, like, there will be people bent on not liking you. Like they'll tell you, oh, I hate how you smile, or I hate that you're so nice to people. People will find something to not like you about, but as long as you know yourself, that is what matters. But before we wrap up, is there anything that either of you would like to say regarding the situation that we saw, whether it was from the smack that unfortunately Chris Rock was at the end of, or the apology that, or the so-called apology that Will Smith gave?
Because we talk a lot. We talk a lot because we be talking forever. I hope these 2 men, especially 2 Black men, and I hate to say like this is the minority thing, but right now that I feel like I hope that they can actually sit down and talk to each other, because we do have young men, we have young adults, we have young boys who are watching these 2 people. And I'm not saying that they're in charge of how our kids are shaped in this society.
But they influence. They're big influence.
So to see men react that way is disheartening, because I don't want my son to look at that and be like, well, if my wife is being insulted in this way, I just need to defend her by slapping somebody in the face. Like, I don't want that. I want him to be able to talk, to speak properly, and come up with reasoning. And sometimes you just got to walk away from it. If you know, sometimes you just got to walk away from it.
Sana, any last words from you?
I agree with that. I feel one of the things that I learned from a friend of mine is I was emotionally repressed. Uni already knows I can be either really happy or really angry. Those are my 2 modes. There was no in between. There was no like, I'm just chilling.
Hold up. She could be really happy or scary. It's one of those. It's not even angry.
There was a person, Uni knows who I'm talking about. There's a person I know, badass dude. And as badass as he was, he taught me it's okay to be emotionally expressive. That's what makes you a strong person. You can use your words, you can express yourself. And one of the things that, you know, everybody learns through their mistakes. Will Smith kind of made a really big one, like a loud one. So hopefully he learns this is not the way you show strength in protecting your wife or whatever it is that you were trying to do, or send a message. This is not the way you do it. Mm-hmm. All of that could have been cut out. And the speech where he was, you know, being emotional and expressing himself, that could have been the way he expressed it. That could have been the way he expressed it. You know, I don't appreciate people making fun of my wife. You know, that's the way that he could have appreciated it, that he could have expressed himself, and people would have appreciated it more. Maybe some people would have laughed, but it gives other people the notion of he's a grown man, he's crying, he's expressing himself. Just like me watching it, I could understand. Behind my glasses, I was getting a little teary-eyed because I understand where he's coming from. It's hard. It's hard to go on a day-to-day basis with a smile on your face. you're human at the end of the day. Things happen. It's very difficult. But, you know, people learn. People have to learn. I hope he gets the help that he needs. I hope he realizes what he does. I hope Chris and Will can sit down and have a discussion together and they can talk through it. I'm pretty sure Chris Rock has been through a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he understands how, you know, life is in their type of, you know, in their field, and they can talk it out. They'll be all right. Jada will be all right when the table talk.
Well,
what do you feel, Monique? You're not.
Oh no, I feel like the same in the sense of like I commend Chris Rock for being professional in the sense of, you know, I think the natural reaction is if someone hits you is to hit them back, but to, you know, be composed and everything, not to take it further, because then it would have been even a bigger issue seeing two Black men fighting on a public platform. So I do commend him for that. And it's almost like what Sana said, like, you know, hopefully they do go behind the scenes and talk about it, hash it out, whether they have some rivalry between one another from the past or not. But hopefully everyone kind of learn from this in the sense of this is not appropriate to behave. And there's other ways to defend your other, you know? All right, well, thank you everyone. Thank you, Sana, for joining us. Hopefully we'll have you back for more of these episodes. For everyone that's watching, the question that we're leaving you all with today is, you know, what do you think that what happened was right? Was there a better way that Will Smith could have approached it? We would love to hear what your comments are. And please check out all the other videos in our catalog, and we'll see you again. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
All right. So my friend Tiffany put me on this. And I don't like eating these types of things. I'm just really not into like other people's salads and stuff like that. But I got this bad boy. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, I thought it was an actual chicken.
There's chicken inside. It's a salad.
I mean like a whole chicken. Okay.
Oh, it's in these, it comes in these little things. You get yourself like a little cracker. And you put it on, and you put a little bit on there. This is so delicious. I'm not exaggerating. I didn't even want to eat it. I don't like eating store-bought salads of any kind like this, like potato salad, egg salad, and stuff like that. But this is the seasoned rotisserie chicken from Walmart, and I think it's like $3.50 for a 4-pack.
That's
pretty good. It's pretty good. It's really delicious. We should all get it and then taste test it together, do that for a podcast. But this is pretty delish.